How to Overcome Procrastination. The Story of the Backyard Fort. Rick was a 14-year-old with big dreams. At the start of the school year, he decided he was going to build the coolest tree fort in his backyard. He drew fancy designs, telling all his friends about how awesome it was going to be. But when school started, something strange happened. Rick started ignoring his homework and forgot all about his fort plans. Instead, he spent his time glued to video games and scrolling through social media. When anyone asked about his schoolwork, he'd just say, "I've got plenty of time," with a shrug. Weeks flew by and then months. The backyard fort project lay forgotten, just like his studies. His grades weren't just slipping, they were taking a nosedive. His mom watched, worried sick about her once bright boy. One weekend, Rick's dad saw the mess of schoolwork and decided it was time for a change. He grabbed a hammer and some wood and said to Rick, "Let's build that fort." Rick wasn't thrilled at first. The work was hard, splinters, sweat, and all. But as they worked day after day, something cool happened. He started to like it. Each nail he hammered in taught him patience. Every plank he secured gave him a lesson in discipline. While they built, his dad talked. You avoided the fort in your studies because they seemed too hard, too big. But just like this fort, you can tackle your homework a little at a time, he said. He further added, whatever the task, start slow, start small, but follow the mantra, do it now. Rick listened, and he tried it. Every day, he'd read just a few pages of his books. It wasn't easy, and for a while his grades didn't change. But he kept at it, learning from the fort that slow and steady wins the race. Months later, on a sunny Sunday, Rick hammered in the last nail. The fort was finished. Standing there, looking at his work, he felt a burst of pride. He realized the fort wasn't just wood and nails. It was a symbol of sticking with it. From that day on, Rick tackled his challenges with a new energy. He understood that putting things off only meant missing out on the joy of achievement. His grades improved, and so did his life, all thanks to a backyard fort that turned into a full lesson on perseverance. And whenever he looked at that fort, he'd smile, remembering not just the fun of building it, but also the wisdom his dad shared about taking life one step or one nail at a time. Procrastination is something we've all faced at some point in life. It's easy for others to label procrastinators as lazy, but it often stems from deeper struggles, stress, fear of failure, or feeling overwhelmed by the enormity of a task. Rick's story reminds us that the solution doesn't lie in avoiding challenges, but in facing them one small step at a time. As his dad wisely said, start small, start slow, but start now. Staying the course, no matter how hard it feels, is the key to overcoming procrastination and unlocking the joy of achievement. What will you start today? Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and share it with others. Your feedback is incredibly valuable to us, so we'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. And if you haven't already, make sure to hit that subscribe button to stay updated with our latest content.